common mistakes student nurses make and how to avoid them. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Winnie, and this is where I share my life experiences as an international student navigating my way in the United Kingdom. Currently a student nurse and soon to qualify. Now let's get right into this video. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button, click on the like button, give this video a thumbs up, share and comment. I'll be in the comment waiting for you. Now let's get started. One of the most common mistakes that student nurses make is not documenting or poor documentation. I don't know if you've heard this phrase, but if it wasn't written down, it didn't happen. No. It didn't days that it did not day. If it wasn't written down, then it never happened, and there's no argument whatsoever that is going to get you out of that tight corner. So make sure you're documenting in real time. Do not be thinking to yourself, it's just a mere intervention. Make sure you document. And one way to help you achieve this is sticking to the objective. Make sure that you have clear language, okay? You're documenting in clear language that is understood. Make sure you're going straight to point in your documentation to save you time, all right? Make sure you're documenting in real time. Another point I need to highlight here is never ever assume that somebody is doing the documentation for you. I see this happen a lot on placement. Someone tells the other person, would you document this? Make sure you're documenting and don't assume the other person will, because what if they forgot? Okay? And even if you've delegated, make sure you follow up to see that it's done, but always do your documentation in real time. 12 hours shift might seem like a lot. Is it not 12 hours shift? We're going to do this within 3 hours to go on your break. Let me tell you, the time runs fast. So make sure that you're managing your time. In fact, that is a skill that you should have developed before you came on board the program. Make sure you are prioritizing. How do you do this? A, B, C, D, E. Airway, breathing, circulation, disability, exposure. Make sure you're prioritizing using the ABCDE approach. Now, if you don't know what this is, just mention in the comment section and I could do a video to explain, okay? A to E approach helps you to prioritize. Now, it is common knowledge. It's not no longer a new information that the nursing workforce is short staff. For patient safety, the ratio of patients to nurse is an issue that is critical for patient safety, and it could lead to a lot of near missing risk to patients due to the poor staffing levels. That is common news. It's no longer new. So you only have to protect yourself. How do you do that? Practice time management by prioritizing. That's number one. Another way is, sure, you see small notebooks. Oh, I don't have one here, but I'll put one up. You see those small jotters? Lifesavers. Don't think that you can put everything in your head and then you can keep up with what is supposed to be done for your patients. Make sure you are writing it down. To-do list. What are the tasks left? And you are ticking it off as you are doing it. Okay? It helps you keep track of what you have left and you're able to manage your time better. Another thing you need to do is ask for help early. Don't wait until it's too late before you start asking for help, because when things happen, the first question they ask you, did you ask for help? Who did you talk to? Who did you tell? Make sure you're asking for help. Additionally, if you manage your time well, you will see that you're not skipping breaks. You see that breaks is very important. It was put in there for a reason. You are meant to go for your breaks. Even as a student nurse, remember, you're not even being paid to be on your placement. You're not a paid staff. You're not supposed to be counted as part of the numbers. Reason why you must take your breaks. Nobody is paying you not to take the breaks. You need your breaks to be well rested. It's only a rested nurse that can attend to a patient and deliver good service for that patient. So even as a student, make sure you are going on your breaks. Practice time management so that you're not skipping breaks. Too many student nurses stay quiet afraid to ask questions, particularly nurse international students who feel like, I'm not used to the system, I don't know how it works here. Ask questions. I'm telling you, ask questions. Don't go on your placement and keep quiet. That's the opportunity to learn. And you might not meet, in fact, you won't meet the same patient twice exactly in the same state. So every patient you encounter is an opportunity to learn. And when you don't ask question, missed opportunity. Missed opportunity. So make sure you're taking advantage of every opportunity by asking questions. Okay? You're a student. Nobody is going to crucify you for asking questions. So don't be quiet. Ask questions, okay? It shows them that you're engaging with your program. All right. So one way that you can get boldness to ask questions is practice asking respectfully. Respectfully. Ask your questions. Be polite. Please. Thank you. Please. Thank you. Always include that. Please. Could you? Can you? You get what I mean? Additionally, ask for clarification if something doesn't seem right to you. Ask that the information is repeated back to you if you didn't get it right the first time, or repeat it back to the person to make sure you got that information right. Okay? Imposter syndrome is real, very, very real. A lot of times you feel like you don't fit in. You have nothing to bring to the table. You have no knowledge. Who am I? What do I have? I'm telling you, imposter syndrome is real, particularly for international students. You might feel like you're the odd one in the room, but that's not the case. You are important. And you need to remind yourself every time that you deserve it. You deserve to be where you are. I deserve to be where I am. It wasn't just thrown at me. I earned it. I deserved it. Now talk to mentors, your peers. Make sure you're not walking alone. Like when I mean walking alone, make sure you have a community of people around you. Talk to them. All right? They could encourage you. Okay? And always celebrate small wins. Oh, I did this documentation. It was perfect. My assessor said, my supervisor said it was all right. Congratulations. Congratulate yourself. Celebrate it. It's worth celebrating. You're doing well. You're doing well. You are. Some people show up for placement on the first day of placement without having a clue about where the placement area is. Is that day that they're trying to locate where the ward is, trying to find their way. That doesn't show preparation. That is one mistake. Make sure you prepare for your placement, for your nursing practice if you're not in the UK. Make sure you're preparing and not doing the preparation on your first day. Make sure you have the dress code right. Make sure you have your items in your bag, your water, your food, your notes, your pen, everything you need. Make sure it's organized. Make sure you've emailed the nursing placement unit to ask them what you need to help you get started. Make sure you're set. Just make sure it's not the first day of placement that you're just starting to put yourself together. It goes a long way to help you, and that's one mistake a lot of people make. Getting emotionally how do I put it now, overwhelmed, and you're not debriefing, you're not letting the steam out. Every time you go on placement, you might meet a very difficult situation. All right, maybe somebody passed on, maybe somebody was severely, acutely, critically ill, and it's impacted on you emotionally. Please do not suck it up and say, I'm strong and be doing strong man. Your mental health is very important. Okay, so make sure you're debriefing. Talk to someone about how you feel, how it's made you feel, how what you've seen has made you feel. It helps. It helps to let that steam out. Journal your thoughts. You could write it down like a sort of reflective piece about how this thing helped affected me going forward. What can I do to help myself? Jot it down, okay? Make sure you're not just sucking it all up. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't feel I'm strong, I have to be strong. No. You can ask for a break. You can walk up to your supervisor, your assessor. Oh, this thing has really impacted on me. They will help you. They are there to support you, remember. But it only starts if you've asked for help. Another thing is comparing yourself to someone else. You went on the same placement. Your colleague has signed off 20 proficiencies. You signed off only 10, and you are now beating yourself up. Is it not my mate that has signed off their proficiency? It's not a competition, my dear. There's no competition. So calm down. Do not compare yourself to anyone. Your journey is unique. At the end of the day, everybody will graduate. Everybody will get registered with NMC. Everybody will become a nurse. Just calm down, okay? There is no rush. There's no reason for comparison. Or maybe they've given you assessment deadlines. So person has finished theirs in 2 weeks. You're still on 500 words. As long as you're working at your pace and bearing in mind the deadline, you'll be fine. Do not compare yourself. It's a robber of joy. Okay, do not compare yourself to anyone, particularly in the United Kingdom. I like the way the system has been structured. It's not like this competitive spirit that I must have 100/100, I must do this, so I must. No, the only person you're competing with is yourself. Try to get better than you were yesterday. That's what is most important. Do not compare yourself with anyone else. Your journey is unique to you yourself that I'm talking to. That brings us to number 8. Not being honest about mistakes. You see, this healthcare sector we are in, you have a duty of candor. What does it mean? When things go wrong, owning up to it. I was responsible, taking responsibility and apologizing. You've made a mistake. Don't go and hide it and say you want to cover up. You're putting yourself in trouble. You have to be honest. Okay? So make sure that if anything has gone wrong, speak out about it. Okay? Talk about it. Okay? Don't keep quiet. Follow due protocol. If it's your supervisor you're working with, talk about it. Don't go and hide. Okay? Don't go and hide, because that now it becomes a question about your integrity, and you might even get kicked out of the course, lose your place on the course because of something that you could have easily mentioned. So don't go about trying to cover up. Be honest. Be very honest. That is the only way you can learn from the situation. I'm sure there are 1,000,001 nurses who have made mistakes before. You learn from them, not by hiding or covering up. You do a reflection, you think about it. What went wrong? What are the factors that contributed to me making this mistake? And what can I do better? Is it that I need more support? Who are those people that will be able to support me better? It's only when you speak out you get that support. So you've made a mistake. Don't beat yourself too much. People have made mistakes too. I'm sure you're not the nurse assessors and supervisor will tell you that they've made mistakes before. Okay, it's how you go about it that matters. Duty of candor. Never forget that. Another thing is not focusing on people, just the tasks. Oh, I have my medication rounds to do. I have to join my assessor in medication rounds. Oh, I have to do the nursing documentation. I have some patients assigned to me being supervised. I have to do. And you forget about the real people you are taking care of. At the end of that shift, think about it. What about that patient do you know? Besides what is written in the pages of their notes. Have you had a conversation with them at all? Have you even smiled at them, said hello? Do you know your patient? So do not get drawn into that system of, I have a lot of administrative bits to do. I have to. It comes down to time management, so that you have enough time to also talk with your patient. I know that this is easier said than done, but you can also make sure that you're able to talk to your patient. Every opportunity you have contact with them is an opportunity to talk to them. That 2 minutes, that 3 minutes is very important. And trust me, patients know the nurses that really care for them. Patients know the student nurses that really care for them. Okay, so make sure you are building that habit now of seeing your patients as humans, not just people with symptoms that you're treating. And finally, ignoring self-care. As I'm even sharing this information, I'm talking to myself also. Ignoring self-care. You're just fixated on meeting deadlines, submitting your assignments on time, making sure you are getting the best out of that placement, and you forget yourself. Having your shower is something that it's self-care. Going window shopping, self-care. Having a stroll, self-care. Reading a book, self-care. It depends on the individual. Do something that makes you happy. That's what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, do that one thing that makes you happy. Okay? If it's, oh, I don't have money to do, just something within your means and budget. I'm a big fan of living within your means. You don't have to go overboard. Okay? Just live within your budget, but make sure you're practicing self-care. Even meditation is self-care. Having that quiet me time, just me, it's self-care. Okay, and it's important for your mental health. You are a student nurse now. If you start ignoring self-care, is it when you become a registered nurse with responsibility for patients that you will start practicing it? Think about that. Your mental health is important. You matter. As much as the patients you take care of, you also matter. So make sure you're also prioritizing your self-care. Okay, make sure you're getting enough sleep. Make sure you're eating well, eating right. Okay, balanced diet. Make sure you're exercising. Make sure you're setting boundaries on your time. You don't have to be available for everybody. You will burn out, you will exhaust yourself. So make sure that you're prioritizing your time, yourself. Just be you. Enjoy yourself while you're studying the program. Okay, rest is productive. Nurse burnout is real. That's why a lot of nurses are leaving the profession and moving are moving out of the United Kingdom. So make sure you're prioritizing. It's good habits are formed, and it's better you form it now as a student nurse. So guys, let's do a recap of what I've said. So number one, make sure you're documenting properly. Number two, make sure you're managing your time. Number three, make sure you're asking those questions that you have. Don't keep it to yourself. Number four, don't let imposter syndrome overwhelm you. You're important. You matter. Number five, prepare for your placements. Number six, let out the steam. Debrief. Show emotions, okay? Something impacted on you, talk about it. Number seven, stop comparing. Don't rob your joy yourself. Stop comparing. Number eight, own up if you made a mistake. Be honest about it. Number nine, see the person you're caring for, not just the symptoms. And finally, number 10, take care of you. So, student nurses watching me, you're important, or aspiring student nurses. I hope this has helped you in a way. Please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click the subscribe button. What are you waiting for? Please like, please share, please comment. Okay, guys, I always respond to my comment. You see that thumbs up, you see that like, very important. And join my community, subscribe to my channel. And until we meet again, guys, keep winning and enjoying life. And I love you guys. Bye.